big truck, tell them where this plane going.
Now as we land in Montego Bay, it's like that, y'all. Coming from Jamaica, you know that it's a fact, y'all. The truck in case paid, now we rock and ride. Now we sippin' on Bahama Mamas when we ride.
They change the rules according to what they're doing. So I've called on our people to change them depending on what we want to do, what our needs are. There's another need that has not been addressed in our community, because nobody will deal with it, and that's one that God did not create three sexes. We only have men and women. Now, I have not said that we should reject the sisters who try and act like men and the men who try and act like women. I'm not saying to reject them from among us, but they need to be taught. We don't have to accept that as some kind of normalcy, because that's not normal. I'm trying to demonstrate how they have set rules that they have forced us to follow that they don't even follow themselves. They change the rules to suit them when they get ready. We can change them to suit us when we get ready, especially if we have what we have now, which is a failing system. It hasn't worked for us. We don't have to be ashamed that it hasn't worked for us. But we do have to be ashamed of the fact that we keep plodding behind it and not trying to make the corrections that will help our people to survive.
I have to agree with her with that. The more education, the more ignorant. And I hear the ignorance in women. I have a degree. I have a good job. I'm a boss bitch. But you sound ignorant. You sound ignorant. And you think a man is supposed to accept that. Once again, all this feminist movement is going nowhere, actually. And a large number of women are hitting the wall hard when they behave this way. Because when you ask a man, what type of woman is he looking for? And he gives you a description of that woman. And then when it gets down to finances, does it matter how much money that woman has to make? For the most part, a large number of men will say no, long as she has a job, long as she has an income, long as we can put our incomes together. Oh, but let it be a woman. He got to make 6 figures. He got to look like this. He got to have this. Those unrealistic points. And you ain't bringing nothing to the table, so you can't talk. But when you ask a man that very same question, his is more realistic. His answers is more realistic. Because most men can care less about your monies, your education, what you got, what you have. That don't mean nothing. Can you keep a man? Do you know how to love? Do you know how to pray? Do you know how to boil water? Do you know how to boil eggs in a pot of water? All these basic things. Do you know how to do the basic things? Are you ready to love? Do you know how to love? And that's the problem. There it is right there. Kudos. I'll take a drink to that. Submit. What's the problem with submitting? She didn't say nothing about no slavery. Once again, she didn't say nothing about no slavery. We submit to all the things of the world. Why not submit to our men? So you got a problem with that, ladies. You got to work on that. This is the definition. Play this video. Play this video. She just gave you the definition of submit. And it's something totally different from how the women, the feminist women, using it. And that's why you ain't got nobody. That's why you by your damn self. That's why you got to use your toy and use your fingers. You ain't got no man. You ain't got no man to bring you peace, no man to bring you love. Got no hardworking man that takes care of his business and handles his handles. That type of man, you throw that man away for the Pookie and Ray Ray. Your wires are crisscross. But this is that feminist movement. This is what we're talking about. Now, ladies, if y'all want to do that feminist thing, do your thing. That's you. But when you get ran through like a Holland tunnel, don't come crying back. When things in your life don't work out or you hit that wall, look who you chose. Look who you chose versus who you threw away.
We represent the missing link as black women. The black man has been dissected, examined, the white man, the white woman, and the black child. But it has been us as black women who have never been examined. We have been protected, we have been insulated, we have been kept from any kind of criticism about our personal behavior in the home and outside of the home. And we have been given the false compliment that we are the backbone of the black nation. There is no doubt in any community in this country that the men in those communities are the backbone of their nations. There's no doubt in the white community that the white man is the backbone of his nation. The European, the Buddhist, the Korean, the Japanese, the Hispanic, all of those men are the backbones of their community, and there's no doubt about it. It is only in the black community where those values have been transposed and where they put that burden on us and tell us that we are the backbone of the black community, which is a direct insult to the black man and implies that he don't have no backbone and that his women have to represent him.
Come on.
I remind people all the time that God did not make the white man, the white woman, the black woman, and then the black man. He made the black man first, and he created all the rest of the people after him. In 1985, I was going about the country trying to still work to teach our people something, trying to get them to stop eating pork. And at that time, I was having what I call get off those hog lectures. And I would take the microscope out, and I would show black people how even if you cook pork, you couldn't kill the worm. I would show them that the worm was still alive in the meat after heat, because that's what they told us, that you could cook it and kill the worm. And so I would show them what it did to the brain and the spinal column. And so there were many black men who wanted to stop eating pork. They wanted to change their diets, and they were in agreement. But it was the black woman who I found who was the most adamant, who refused to change her cooking habits, who didn't want to shop differently, who didn't want to do any different meal planning. And so I say, well now, if we are refusing to provide the black man with the proper physical food when we know food is what sustains life, then what else are we keeping from him?
I want to stop right there. She brought it home. There's a lot of things that are kept from the black man. There are a lot of things that even as we continue to grow and we continue to walk in truth, we will begin to discover, even within ourselves. And we look at how, even as a nation, we look at how black people are being treated, how black people treat each other. When you look at how black men treat black men, how black women treat black men, how black men treat black women, when we look at that dynamic, it's messed up. But then we look at the behavior. Look at the behavior of the black woman. Look at the behavior of the black man. Look at the behavior versus the behaviors of other races. We stick out like a sore thumb. So we have to change that. And as Miss Ali was beginning to say, most black women are stubborn and hard-headed. Don't want to listen more than black men. Because at some point, a man is going to get it. He's going to take responsibility, and he's going to change his routine, change the way he does things, changes his way of thinking. I can't say all black women, but a large number of black women won't do that. They got this thing of, this is who I am. Ride or walk, leave it or love it. I'm not going to change for nobody. Snapping their fingers, moving their head. Rebellion in a mother sucker. Okay, that's fine. That's you. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to disconnect myself away from you. Because I don't want to live that way. I don't want my teammate to behave that way. But like I said, what do you think? This, part one, part two of this, and I know it's a long video, but I wanted to bring some things home and touch on some things. Holla at your boy. Shalom.